Look who is on Zoom with me right now. Hello, Lauren Spencer Smith. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
So good to see you. Look at that smile on your face.
Thank you.
How's everything going? I mean, amazing, right?
Yeah, amazing. Overwhelming, exciting, so happy though.
That's awesome. As everyone knows, her song Fingers Crossed, it's just so catchy. It's the On the Verge song. You're the On the Verge artist for iHeart on all the pop stations across the country. And so we were already playing it before that became a thing. We're like, all right, this is great. It's great. She's our On the Verge artist. We like it because we like Lauren Spencer. So tell me, what that song is, it's turning in for you, obviously is turning into like this massive thing for you. And obviously it means so much to you in the launch of your career and all this. So tell me about that song and the process of getting that song out and, what it really means to you now.
Yeah, I mean, the process of getting it out was a little tricky. I'm like historically known in my team to just tease things on TikTok when they're not ready, and then they blow up, and then we're like scrambling. And that was kind of a little bit of what was happening. But everybody just wanted it so badly. Like I was getting message after message, and like some of them like not nice. Like when people want it so badly, like if you do not release this song, I will sleep with my ex. And it's like, oh my goodness.
Wow,
we need to get it out. Like people were really like, you need to release this right now. Oh my goodness, please release it. And when we finally got everything together and we finally did, like since it's dropped, I mean, before it even dropped, I was like, wow, the reaction's amazing. Like I gained a bunch of followers from it and people were just really wanting it and like supporting me. And then when it dropped, it just went absolutely crazy again. And it's just brought so many opportunities and so many people that I never thought I'd work with. I'm working with now. And it's just I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, the last artist that I talked on Zoom with like this was Charlie Puth. And Charlie Puth is like this, like when you just said that, it just like, it brought back memories of that chat with him because he did the same thing with his new song. He released like that much of it on TikTok and people loved it. And people were like, dude, give us the full song.
No, like, I've been up in his comments like release light switch, where you at?
Yeah, like that was back in September. He's like, all right, I'll do it in October. All right, I'll do it in November. All right, I'll do it in December. Then it was Christmas. All right, I'll do it in January. And he finally did it. But anyways, not about Charlie Puth, but it was just funny that you mentioned that because that's how people are. They always want more. They want more. And so if you give them that little snippet on TikTok, just always expect that they're going to want, they want it all with the cherry on top too, by the way. So do you currently live in Canada?
Yes, technically, I'm in LA right now though. It's like I live in Canada, but I'm never there. I'm always literally like in England, in Amsterdam, in LA, in New York. Like I'm always just like, I always say I don't have a home and my home's the airport.
Yeah, you're a jet set. Like, I don't know, you might be too young to remember this game as when I was a kid though. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Do you remember that game?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I'm starting to get old. I'm maybe 38 in May. It's crazy. But it was a game basically that would be a learning game and people, kids would play it and they would give you clues as to where Carmen Sandiego, this fake person was. So it'd be like, oh, I'm spending my time on the beach. And so obviously you wouldn't pick Nebraska. You wouldn't pick like, middle of nowhere. So anyways, it's like we could change that instead of where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, where in the world is Lauren Spencer Smith.
Yeah, for real.
That new version of the game, to figure out where you are.
Literally, like every time I go home, everyone's like, so where were you? Like, and it's always like I was somewhere new and they're like, so where were you this time? Like my dentist office even called me and was like, yo, like it's time for your checkup. And I was like, okay, so like and she was like, where are you right now? And I was like, I'm not in Canada.
So you just need to have dentists everywhere you go.
I need a personal dentist that like follows me around.
So at this point, how long ago was American Idol? Like when you were on American Idol, how many years has it been now?
I auditioned at least 2 years ago. I auditioned in 2019.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I went to, which is amazing, right? Like American Idol, like literally, how grateful are you for that? I mean, it's like,
I'm like, some of the people, like I met my manager on that show, technically, weirdly enough, like some of my best friends someone I lived with. She's like my sister now. I lived with her for like 4 months last year. We write all my songs together. Like I met so many amazing people that I still work with to this day on that show.
And that's the crazy part too, is I think like people get so wrapped up in winning things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. I mean, the people that you and the things that you do and the things that you learn and all that stuff, just the process of it, even, finishing in the top 20 sometimes works out better for people than finishing first, So I have this crazy American Idol story is that, it's not really super crazy, but I went years ago for a taping, probably 10 years ago, maybe. And on TV, when you watch it, right? Like obviously you've watched American Idol and you know what it looks like on TV. It looks like this massive production and it's like this like huge stage and you picture that, right? Then you get there and you're like, oh my God, what? Like it's like like this big. The arena is like maybe that much bigger that you're in. And I'm like, this is crazy. It's just like angles of, the videos and how they do it.
The cameras,
But it was just nuts because I think like, and especially on radio, like when people listen to things on the radio, they have to come up with what they imagine in their mind, right? Because radio's audio. And so it's kind of that mentality for me is like, I thought by watching it and I could see it. I'm like, this is crazy that I got to American Idol. And anyways, it was just kind of crazy that, it was much bigger in my mind than when I got there and it was, much smaller, but So what is on your radar for like the next 5 years? If you could like pinpoint the next 5 years for Lauren Spencer Smith, obviously this song is going to take us through 2022 and then you're going to come with a follow-up, another banger, and you're just going to keep coming out with bops. But within 5 years, like, do you have like people that you hope to collaborate with?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is a loaded question, but
we're
going to look back at this in 5 years and see how accurate this was. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Definitely in 5 years, I'd love to have multiple albums, multiple Grammys. I want to have like an AMA. I want video awards. I want Grammys. I want to have done 2 world tours. I want to sell out all my favorite arenas that I want to sell out. I want to sell out my hometown arena.
What are they?
So where I live, there's like BC Place and then there's Rogers Arena. A lot of the time singers do Rogers Arena. I have watched concerts in BC Place, but it's not as common because it's usually filled up by sports. But Rogers Arena, I want to sell out. I want to sell out the Staples Center. I want to sell out Wembley in England.
Nice.
Like the O2 Arena there?
Yep.
Yeah, I want to sell out Madison Square Garden. I would love to work with these people, but I would just love to come into contact and meet Adele, Ed Sheeran. A lot of the people that I like really wanted to work with, I'm like kind of Instagram friends with. So I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm actually going to meet them, like Julia Michaels and like JP Sachs and like Clinton Hayne, all these.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's got to be like just so surreal that like, some of these people follow you on Instagram. You're like, are you kidding me?
I saw it and I just cried. Like, I'm just like, there's no way. Like Jimmy Fallon DM'd me. Like, I want to go on Jimmy Fallon. I want to go on James Corden. I want to like do all the TV shows.
Like, cool. Trying to play it cool.
I haven't played it cool. Like there's videos of me just like, like freaking out, screaming and crying. And I'm like, I'm going to play this for them one day when we're like, sipping margaritas on a beach and we're friends.
I think the Adele thing is awesome. I mean, that's just like that's just a natural fit for you. But I think Ed Sheeran would be so cool. I could totally hear like, some type of collab with Ed Sheeran. He's like the nicest guy ever. I don't know if you met him yet, but he's just phenomenal. And he's so talented. I mean, he's just so freaking talented. I could see that. I could see all the artists that you mentioned are perfect. So let's make all that happen. Let's make this next 5 years like the most epic 5 years of your life.
Yes.
Starts with requesting fingers crossed, right?
Yeah.
Blowing that up and making that a really big deal.
Yeah.
So guys, you're seeing her right here, Lauren Spencer Smith. She's awesome. And she's gonna have a huge career. Lots of luck to you. We're gonna keep playing fingers crossed and let's talk within 5 years. I don't want to talk to you in 5 years, but
yeah.
let's see how the progress goes throughout the next 5 years, and let's hope for all of those things that you wish to come true. Because if whatever you want, you put your mind to it, you can get it.
Yes.
Right. Lauren Spencer Smith, thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.